Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth, and fancy seeing you here, and we made it to Friday's edition of the dceu Daily, and you'll never know how challenging that was for me. So, check this out. WB's The Flash currently eyeing November 2019 production start. Wow, isn't that exciting? You naysayers, remember when you were spreading it and stirring it? That the Flash movie's never going to happen because you've heard from sources, blah-de-blah-de-blah. The Flash movie is always going to happen. Ezra Miller was always going to continue playing the Flash because he's Warner Brothers' chosen one. Plays a very important character in J.K. Rowling's fantastic Beast franchise. And look, Warner Brothers loved this guy, so they were never going to remove him unless he wanted to be removed after Justice League. He would have had that option, like all the actors did. We've seen what's happened with Ben Affleck. But he enjoys the role. He wants to build upon it and do something special with it. So I'm very excited. Looking like this will be a 2021 release. It's going to be interesting what they do with that. I mean, if you're starting in November, December, January, February, March, they can lock the picture down by April. Definite. 5 months, right? They can finish shooting. I mean, it could feasibly, if they wanted to, but I don't think this is an era where they rush things up. If they wanted to, it's feasible for even maybe November of 2020 to be released. But I think that's when they're releasing Wonder Woman anyway. So you probably would be looking at 2021. But this site is, what's the site who shared this? Yeah. Omega Underground News. They're on Twitter. They're pretty good, actually. They seem to know when people start buying equipment for production and things like that. They've got their ears to the ground. So that's Omega Underground. I'm not affiliated with them or anything. If I find a good source, I'll let you know. So you can keep up to date with everything. We can discuss things together. So very excited about that. Ezra Miller should be back as the Flash. Production date, November of this year. Very, very exciting. So, the title of today's video, of course, is Role Reversals, because everybody loves the DCEU now, ever since Aquaman. What's going on? Well, this is pretty amazing, right? Should I put my device down? Let's get comfortable and let's feast on this celebration. Do you remember when Batman v Superman came out? The way the DCEU was perceived. Do you remember when fans were so upset when Superman snapped Zod's neck? Do you remember that, right? Look where we are now. Yes, everybody loves the DCEU. What is going on? The reactions to Shazam are beyond positive. Meanwhile, over at the MCU, who couldn't do any wrong, they're in trouble. They're getting all the negative headlines. They're getting all the negativity within the fandom. And I don't want to talk about the MCU on a DCEU daily video, but they're in our position now and we're in theirs. Now, it's not as good as that yet for the DCEU, but it's getting there. The reactions to Shazam. If this film was to post beyond 700 million, which really is amazing, it's a big win. But by some miracle, if this film is able to hit 1 billion, which of course is unlikely because of the size and scope of the film, because of the character not being very well known, but it's out when the kids are off school. I think if your kids are 10 and above, definitely take them. It is a family event, but it's also something for a lot of there are Shazam fans out there who love this character, who will want to see this irritation of the character, because it's a great version. And I have read some of the graphic novels for Shazam. He is a fascinating character, and I think what David F. Sandberg and Walter Hamada have done here is a great spin on the material. I think we all raised our eyebrows a little bit when Zachary Levi was cast, because you're kind of thinking we expected this big, muscly kind of male model type guy who is Shazam. But what they decided to do is cast a man with integrity, with personality, with great acting chops, to play the older version of this character. And looking at it now, it was absolutely genius. And I can't wait for everyone to see this film and to see what the rest of us have seen, the ones who have gone to the early screenings, me who saw the test screening. Very special film. People are saying they haven't been so pumped to see a movie since Superman the movie, since The Dark Knight. These are massive claims, everyone. And I can see what people are saying. Look, the trailers are very deceptive. The humour's there. They're not lying to you, but there's a lot more to this film than what you see on the preview, on the digital release of Aquaman, and what you've seen in all the trailers. So it's really, really exciting. And yes, we have got this role reversal now. Empires are destroyed from within. The MCU are destroying themselves with what they've done and what they've allowed one of their actors to do. But without Shazam and Aquaman being really awesome films, we couldn't have taken advantage of it. And we are. Because people are looking to the DCEU now and thinking, well, they've just given us a film with an actor who's been very, very, let's say, rude to a certain community. And it hasn't worked out for them. Look, financially, yes, doing well. But it's perception. And in perception in business, and the movie industry is no different, is a business. You know, perception in business is very important. And the perception of the MCU now is that it just wants the virtue signal rather than make good films. So that is an issue. So when you look at the DCEU now, people know Walter Hamada. They know his history with the Conjuring franchise. They've seen Aquaman, and they've seen, a lot of people have already seen Shazam, and they're very impressed with what they're seeing. And we've still got the Joker movie to see what nobody knows what that movie is. That is my most anticipated trailer to see, because we all want to know what we're going to get. I suspect we won't see very much in those trailers, but I still feel I'm excited. I'm excited with this new direction. We finally got ahead of the franchise, and what I really like is the direction it's going in. So you've got the DCEU who's trying to bring in the mainstream audience, because superhero films should be for everyone. They should. Simple as that. Now, as much as I'm obsessed with Batman v Superman and Man of Steel, and even Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman, you can't put in the same kind of compartment as Batman v Superman and Man of Steel. Because I think Wonder Woman was a film from the mainstream audience, where Batman v Superman and Man of Steel, especially Batman v Superman, were very indie. So, as much as I love those films, superheroes should be for everyone. And I think no matter how obsessed we are, whoever you are out there, however obsessed we are with those films that Zack gave us, at the end of the day, superhero films should be for everyone, because that's the main kind of movie that people go and see now. They're very, very popular. And as a company, you rob yourself of an audience by saying, well, we're doing this for the comic book fans. Once you just say that and you decide to kind of leave out the mainstream audience, you've got a problem. I don't think there's anything wrong with making something for the comic book fans and the mainstream audience. James Wan and Walter Hamada did it, pulled it off magnificently well with Aquaman, a film that uses the costume from the comics, uses a lot of beats from the comics, mainly the New 52, but also pleased and excited the mainstream audience. Shazam is going to do it as well. This is a new high for the DCEU. So right now, we are flying out there. The negativity has gone to the other franchise, and I couldn't be more happier.